Hello everyone, welcome to day 6 of 21 days of machine learning with Code Warriors. In today's session, we are going to learn about model for fitting on the nonlinear data, and we are going to learn much more about polynomial regression. So let's get started. So we are going to start by understanding why polynomial regression, what is polynomial regression, and A&D, advantages and disadvantages, and then we are going to understand or see how we are going to use it in code. Alright, so let's get started. Now first we need to understand why polynomial regression. Now in the previous session I told you about that the model, simple linear regression model and multiple linear regression model tends to train or tends to fit the data linearly even if the data is non-linear. Now we are going to understand it quite well here. As you can see in this image, all the green data points, you can see it's kind of curvy. If you try to connect all these data points with each other from in a line, you will see that it's kind of curvy compared to linear. And if you use simple linear model like here, that is a red line, it will try to fit these data points linearly. So it will work well for some data points, but for all most of the data points it's not going to work as the model should have to be. It needs to generate, or it need to give accurate output, right? Now no need to confuse. You may have seen the equation like y is equal to mx plus c, and here you are saying y is equal to b0 plus b1x and write that. That's nothing to worry about. It's just a kind of simpler form of it, where m is referred as b1 and c is referred as b0, where b0 is the base and b1 is the coefficient. But we are going to learn it as similar as we used to do, that was mx plus c. Alright, so don't worry about it. But the thing is that the linear regression always tried to create a relation between dependent variables and independent variables linearly. But for nonlinear data we need such model or such algorithm that fit the data non-linearly, right? So that we will be able to generate quite effective outputs for. So that's why we need polynomial regression. Now from the understanding, or just think of like polynomial, you can understand like kind of an equation of polynomials, right? X square, x cube, and like that, right? So that's it. Now we are going to pass with the step 2, which is what is polynomial regression. So what is polynomial regression? It's kind of a special case to linear regression, where we are going to fit data with polynomial equations, or curvilinear relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. How it's going to work is just, let's say in this example, as you can see, we have variable x which is our independent variable, and for y our dependent variable, right? So first the model is going to create multiple polynomial forms of a variable. Like for x it will convert into x square, and we can even change the degree to x cube and x power 4 and like that. It's up to the hyperparameter, and that's how it's going to generate its equation, which will be y is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x square. Here as you can see x1 caret 2, which is referred as x square, and as you go on to the nth data point, which will be mn x1 of the power n, and plus c, which will be our base or coefficient. Now that's it. What polynomial regression is, that it will create a model of multiple polynomial forms of our independent variable, which is x1 here, and then it's tried to fit the data points non-linearly, which is curvilinear relation of them. Then it tried to fit the model using a curvilinear relation between them. Now we are going to go ahead with the advantage and disadvantage of polynomial regression. That is, the advantage is that it fits nonlinear data better than the linear regression, right? Linear regression totally underfit it. It doesn't even give good output for literally most of the data points. But polynomial regression fit nonlinear data pretty well compared to linear regression. And our second advantage is that it fits a wide range of curvature. If you go for x square, x cube, x power 4, you can see that as the degree increases, the curvature also increases, and in this way we can understand that polynomial regression kinds of fits different kind of curvature, right? That's how polynomial regression works. And for the disadvantage, it's too sensitive to the outliers. Now you need to understand what is outlier. Outliers are kind of like the exception data points. I mean, outliers are data points farthest away from the fitting line, right? So if any of the outlier point or any of the outlier data point changes from our data set, it's totally going to change the whole curvature of our model. Now there, as you can see in this image, there are data points and the linear line, that is the purple line, which is also referred as polynomial regression with a degree of 1. So as you can see, the data points that are most farthest away from this fitting line are referred as outliers, and those kind of data points make polynomial regression too sensitive that even in the slightest change of those data points the curvature is going to change. And as the number of degree increases, the curvature of polynomial regression is going to increase. Our polynomial degree is a hyperparameter here in this model, and we need to fine tune this hyperparameter in such a way that it will fit the data point in the best possible way. And if you keep on increasing further, it's going to create nonlinear machine learning model, which will be like it's going to cover almost all the data points of our training set, and it's going to overfit on them. As you can see in this image, as the number of degree increases, it's trying to cover or it's trying to pass through data points as much as possible. And as you can see for the polynomial degree of 9, it's trying to pass through literally most of the data points that are available in our training data, and that is referred as overfitting. We are going to learn about overfitting, underfitting in our later sessions, but you just need to understand that we need to hyper tune, or we need to fine tune this hyperparameter polynomial degree, that it's try to only fit those data points, right? We don't want to overfit it. I mean, we don't want the model to pass through all the data points of our training set. We just want to pass it from it kind of center and kind of like a satisfactory manner, right? And in this example, as you can see, for the point 2, it's passing like this, and it kind of look like it's best fit. But for degree 3, you can see it passed through like here and then here, and for these data points it find out that curvilinear relation is kind of like first a convex and then a concave, right? And that's why in this example, or I mean the example that used in this image, degree 3 is the best fit for our model. Now we learn about polynomial regression model to write code about it. So how we are going to do is we are going to import polynomial features first. And why polynomial feature? I mean, previously I told you about polynomial regression model in which it tried to create polynomial form of our independent variables. So in this, there is no need to change our model. All we need to do is change our input, or I mean our independent variable, into polynomial forms, right? So in order to convert the input into polynomial form, we need to import first polynomial features from sklearn.preprocessing. Now this is a class which is used to convert, I mean our input into polynomial forms. And how it's going to do is first we need to create an object of polynomial features, and in which we need to pass our hyperparameter, that is degree, and we are going to pass the value equals to n. N can be anything which our degree. Let's say if you want to create a model of a degree 2, we are going to pass here 2. We want 3, we are going to pass here 3, and like that, right? And we need to change it, or we need to keep updating it to and check our model whether it's working well or not. And that's how we are going to use polynomial regression model. I mean, in later session we will learn about other models, or I mean different algorithms which fit even better than the polynomial regression model, where we don't even have to tune this degree hyperparameter. They fit the model as of their own by understanding the data and by finding out the best degree or best curvilinear relation as possible. First we created an object of polynomial features. Now we are going to fit and transform our input. So we are going to use poly underscore rect, that is the object, and we are going to use fit underscore transform function of it. We are going to pass our input x, that is our independent variable. Now it's going to return the polynomial form of our input, so we are going to store it in x poly. Now all we need to do is create a linear regression model, and we need to train or fit it on polyform of our input and our output. So what we are going to do is we are going to create an object of linear regression first, and then we are going to use dot fit function, in which we are going to pass x poly, that is polynomial form of our input, independent variables, and y, that is our output. and then we are going to use dot predict to make predictions. Now in order to make predictions, we are going to pass xtest, that is our testing set, and we are going to use it for making prediction by using dot predict function, and the prediction will be stored in y underscore pred. Now that was all about the polynomial regression. There are some things you need to understand, that in order to use polynomial regression, you need to understand how to hypertune its parameter by experimenting with the code, and you also need to understand that the input that we are going to use for making prediction, which is x underscore test, will also needed to be converted into polynomial form before making prediction. So we need to pass it through poly underscore rig, and for the next time we are only going to use transform function, because we already created an object polyrig and we also fitted it on our data. So all you need to do is every time you need to make prediction, you need to first use poly underscore rig dot transform, and in which you need to pass our input for testing, which will be our x test, and then its polynomial form will be passed here in the predict method. So that's it for our today's session. You will see the link to our blog and our LinkedIn post in our description section, and from the blog you will find many other examples which will help you understand better, and link to other resources which are suitable to understand the concept of polynomial regression much more well. You can refer them to understand more about this. So that's it for our today's session. Hope you like it. Enjoy. Keep learning.